Hi, I'm Josh with Taste of Home. Whether you use a hard-boiled egg as a protein-packed snack, a topping on a salad, or a classic deviled egg, hard-boiled eggs are a staple in many kitchens. And I'm glad you're joining me today because I'm going to show you 5 very different methods to make a perfect hard-boiled egg. Before I begin demonstrating the different methods for how to create a hard-boiled egg, I should point out a couple things. First, using older eggs is a wiser choice because they're easier to peel. Another thing I like to do is to turn the eggs over in the carton the night before I hard-boil them. The purpose for this is to help center the egg yolk in the egg, and I like this especially if I'm going to be making deviled eggs. Although I'm about to demonstrate 5 very different and unique methods for creating a hard-boiled egg, they all share a couple things in common. The first is to rinse the eggs under cold running water and then submerge them into an ice water bath. The ice water bath stops the cooking process and keeps the eggs from becoming overcooked, keeps the egg from drying out, and also helps the membrane to separate from the egg white, making them much easier to peel. The first method I'm going to demonstrate today is probably the one that everyone is most familiar with, and that's boiling the eggs on the cooktop. I've chosen a pan here that is of appropriate size for the amount of eggs that I want to cook, which will give them room to move as they boil. With my eggs in the pan, I'm going to cover them with cold water, place the lid on, and then bring them to a boil as quickly as possible. The water has come to a boil, so now it's time to take it off the heat and set the timer for 15 minutes. The eggs have rested for 15 minutes, so now it's time to get them out of the hot water, into the colander, and then rinse under cold running water. And after that, into the ice bath. The eggs have cooled down, so let's peel one and see what it looks like on the inside. See how easy these are to peel? It's one of the benefits of that ice water bath. The membrane has loosened from the egg itself, which causes the peel to come off nice and easy. And there we go. A nice, perfectly hard-boiled egg with no flaws on the outside. Look at that. Nicely done. One surprising method for making hard-boiled eggs is to actually bake them in the oven. I'm using silicone muffin liners here to line my muffin tray. You can also use an actual silicone muffin tin as well. And then I'm just going to place an egg in each cup. One of the benefits of using this oven-baked method is to leave your stovetop clear in case you're doing other cooking at the same time. Now I'm going to place these in a preheated 325-degree oven for about 25 to 30 minutes or until cooked. My eggs that have cooked in the oven have been rinsed under cold water, and now it's time to place them into the ice bath to cool completely. The next method I'm going to demonstrate is using a slow cooker. This is a really great method for when you have plenty of time and you're not in a hurry. It's also great because it's hands off. So I'm just going to place about a dozen eggs here in my slow cooker. And I'm going to cover them with water, place the lid on, set it to high, and cook them from 2 to 3 hours or until they're set. The eggs have been in the slow cooker over 2 hours, so they are done cooking. It's time to remove them and once again rinse them under cold running water. The next method I'm going to show is using the pressure cooker. So I'm going to place the pressure cooker trivet in the bottom, and I'm going to pour about a ½ inch to 1 inch of water in the bottom of the pressure cooker. Next, I place my eggs on the trivet. Lock and seal the lid. Set the vent to ceiling. pressure cook, 5 minutes on high. The eggs are done cooking in the pressure cooker, but I'm going to allow the steam to slow release for about 5 minutes, then quick vent any remaining steam. All right, these are done. So now, just like every other step, it's time to place them in the colander to be rinsed and then into ice water. One of the reasons I love this pressure cooker method so much is because the eggs are incredibly easy to peel. Look at how easy the shell comes right off. It's hardly any work at all. See that? It's so wonderful. The final method that I'm going to demonstrate today is going to be using the air fryer, which might be a surprise to some of you, but it actually works really well. Now the air fryer basket is a bit on the large side, so I've made a foil ring to place inside the basket, and that's just going to contain the eggs, keep them from rolling around and possibly cracking when I insert the drawer. So I'm just going to place my eggs inside that foil ring, insert the drawer, set the temperature to 270 or 275 depending on the settings of your air fryer. Make sure it's set for 15 minutes and then air fry away. The eggs have finished their cooking cycle in the air fryer. So now it's time to place them in the colander and rinse them under cold water once again. Now that you've seen all 5 different methods for creating a hard-boiled egg, I encourage you to try them and figure out which one is your favorite. Thanks for watching.